Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Cancer is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. These readings are totally free. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Cancer, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Two of Swords. Peace of mind. I like that. This is a card of a choice that we're going to make, and we're not going to feel bad about it at all. This is our ability to make a choice and sleep like a baby later that day, right? That we're not regretting our choices. We know that we are making choices that are in line with our truest self, our highest self, and our highest good. We need to see what's going on here with this. If you're in the middle of this decision-making process, or what the decision is about, or what it's leading to for you, I feel like this is a choice you're making. It's like it's an authentic choice. I feel like you're embracing your true self, right? Maybe we've had years of people-pleasing. You're finally like wearing yourself, you know, you're comfortable in your skin, you're making decisions, and you're sleeping fine about it. You know, you're wearing your quirks and even your scars, right, as badges of honor, with no shame, with no stress over it, right? Let's put this card into some context. Let's see what's going on here. You're making a decision and you're sticking to it. We have this as the Prince of Swords. We have a Five of Swords. We have the Prince of... That is the authenticity, right? Embracing your true self. Yeah, I like that. I think that's wonderful confirmation. We have a Queen of Wands, confidence, an ambition, right? A kind of a boldness that you're standing out from the crowd, and you're happy about it. It's kind of like you're the center of attention. People are looking at you. You feel larger than life here, and that's what it leads to. Empress. Boom, right? That's so cool. Over here we have another court card. We have another prince. Prince of Pentacles. Okay. We have the Three of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, and Four of Cups. I like that. I think that this is steady and easy, right? Steady as she goes. We're concerned a little bit about the Queen of Wands because this could be like too much working, right? We're taking on too much. We don't want to be too assertive that we start to become like mean, you know, and inconsiderate to other people. But this is also a card that's saying, I'm done hiding myself away. The Queen is looking at the past and understanding the past, and in a way saying, I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to hide my light. I'm not going to shy away from a challenge. I'm not going to feel ashamed of my personality, my quirks, and my scars, you know. That I'm going to finally embrace who I am, and I'm going to let that light shine out into the world. And if you don't like it, well, you know where you can go, right? We have to be confident in this energy, but we got to be careful with it too, you know, because it can burn people. And it can burn us a little bit too. We don't want to burn bridges. We don't want to ruin our relationships and stuff, you know. But we're gonna be ourselves, and we don't have to hide ourselves away. So I think that you are embracing your authenticity right now, and I find that to be powerful fire energy. Now let's select a mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the Factor, Infinite, and Unknown. We're going to set it over here with Alien, Simon Mork Ripley, right there on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If you have a prediction for that card, please put it in the comments, right? You're here, might as well put you to work. Now, as we look around the room, we see we have one major arcana card. That is the Empress. You are becoming the Empress of your own life. Now, it's not gender specific, okay? It means that you have, you deserve your best life. You feel that you are worth it, okay? You feel, again, kind of confident in your own skin. You feel like you deserve the good life, the best life, okay? Your decisions are leading you toward the good life, your best life, where you're receiving the bounty and abundance of the universe, the blessings of the universe, okay? But you're not taking any shit. Excuse my language. I might have to censor, I might have to bleep that out. You're making decisions that are best for you, your family, your loved ones, for the world at large. This may seem selfish sometimes. It may feel like you're kind of taking from life now. But I think the Empress is here to say, look, you've been giving for so long, sacrificing yourself, that it is time for you to take a little bit. It's time for you to reap the rewards of all of the hard work. And it's time for you to, at the very least, let your light shine. Live authentically. See, now we've got our major, and this is the very center of it right now. The Empress life, the best life, your highest good. Okay? And this isn't a selfish energy, though, at all. Because this is an energy that says, look, I am who I am. I'm giving into this life, and I'm getting out of it also. I'm putting in, and I'm taking away. It's symbiosis, right? It's a reciprocating kind of energy, right? It's a dynamic relationship, this one, okay? And the Empress is that, well, pleasure, success, and happiness of life, okay? This is our big rock candy mountain. This is our beautiful life, whatever that means to you, okay? But keep in mind that this is a life that needs to be tended to, cultivated, right? It needs to be maintained. We have to continue putting in the work, right? Just as with the Two of Swords, it reminds us that, hey, awakening to our true nature and stepping into our true power and confidence, this is a choice, but it has to be made again and again and again and again. Every moment is that choice to stay awake. You know, it's like you're so tired, you start to fall asleep. You got to make a concerted effort to keep your eyes open. You know, have you ever been that tired? Then we reach a point where we're so tired that we can't fall asleep, right? Then we're in a whole different story. But anyway, being this confident, powerful person who is in our energy, in the confidence and awakened, right? This is a choice that has to be made over and over and over again. That's why we have a prince, a prince, a prince. The princes are all doing the work right now. Your heart, your mind, and your body are united, doing the work right now in every moment. Perfect, right? We've got the prince in the heart. We've got a fixed air. We've got a fixed body. Right? And I kind of been thinking of that fixed energy, right? Like a fixed water. A fixed water energy. It means like somebody who believes in their value and is not budging. It's a stable water energy. Okay? A stable water energy. It's fixed in place. It's able to maintain a consistent quality for a long period of time. Yeah. So to me, this is somebody who's striving to live authentically, trying to remain fixed in what I value, in the way I feel, the way I look at the world, and that sort of thing. But we think of the word fixed, and we think, well, was it broken at some point? We're kind of double meaning here, right? Thinking, well, was it broken at some point, right? So maybe this is kind of an energy that says, I'm done feeling like I'm broken. I'm done feeling like there's something in me that needs to be fixed. I'm already fixed. There's nothing that needs fixing anymore, right? So this is like kind of saying, I am who I am. And there's nothing broken, there's nothing wrong about that. This is feeling like we are perfect the way we are. Now, of course, we all want to grow and and have our evolution and sort of live. And that's the Empress. It's not a static picture. Okay? That's not what we mean. It's not like, because there's a fine line, right? This is somebody who, let's say, for an example, not you, maybe somebody you know, is a complete a-hole. And they just say, well, that's just how I am. You know, I'm perfect the way I am, right? But we have to look at the effects of that. You know, is that somebody that is in this kind of arrogance and this cockiness because it's masking an insecurity, or it's masking some kind of shame or guilt? Okay? Or is this somebody that says, you know what, I am perfect the way I am, and I know that I still have a lot of work to do? You know, we can believe both of these at the same time, and that's kind of when we realize that we have to be part of nature. If I just walk into a room and say, this is how I am, if you don't like it, you could take a hike. And everybody takes a hike, right? Now I'm left alone. I'm not really living in harmony with the world at that point, am I? But we can believe that I am perfect the way I am, and I know that I still have to grow and evolve and work in harmony with nature, with the world around me, with the universe, with the world. Okay. So I feel that this is you accepting yourself as you are. Okay. Believing in your value, valuing yourself, feeling as if there is nothing wrong with you. This is the fixed air, believing that there is nothing wrong with you. Of course, we're still growing, we're still moving. Like I don't want to give the impression that we're just walking around thinking we're perfect, you know. But in a sense, we are perfect the way we are. We're not sick, we're not broken, we're not damaged. We all have a lot of work to do. Things are the way they are. This is how they're meant to be, and we have to keep going. So this is you making decisions in your life and believing that it was the right decision. Staying consistent in how you think about yourself. Now, because this is all aimed inside. Now, as far as our beliefs and our opinions about the world, we're going to try to be flexible. We realize that everything is in flux constantly. The mystery card is going to be the death card. How much you want to bet? Everything is always in flux. But when it comes to how we feel and how we think about ourselves, we have to be consistent. Consistently positive, making the right choices, saying the right things to ourselves, thinking and feeling in a way that is productive and healthy for us. Basically is what we're talking about here, right? This is a heart and a mind that aren't broken, that don't need fixing, right? Heart and a mind that don't need fixing. It wasn't always that way for you, especially with the Five of Swords underneath everything. There's still a tendency to doubt, to be self-conscious, to question ourselves a little bit. Oh, I don't know if I should I say that? Should I do that? Like, is how I am going to be okay? Are they going to like me? You know, there's always going to be this tendency. Once this energy, this complex gets created in us, it will always be there. We always talk about kind of unraveling these knots of karma. And in a way, yeah, we're sort of unraveling them a little bit so we can move forward. So they're not holding us back, but they're coming along with us. We're dragging them all behind us anyway, you know. So let's not assume that once we believe that we've overcome a challenge, inside a kind of karma or a complex or something, that once we overcome it, it's gone forever. Because you know what? This is going to sneak up out of the depths, and it's going to sabotage you. It's going to make you question and doubt yourself right in the middle of a very important decision. And we don't want that. So we have to be aware that, okay, I'm making decisions that are for my best life, my highest good. I'm confident about my decisions. But I know that every once in a while I'm going to have this little creep of doubt, thinking, oh gosh, am I stupid? Am I being an idiot here? You know, that's going to be inside. Outside, all fire all day. You see what I'm saying? Your voice is a magical tool. What you say to yourself is going to create a reality. Okay? So we have to deal with this little bit of doubt that will always be down there. We all have it. I don't think there's anybody ever been born that doesn't have a little bit of self-doubt. A little bit where we're kind of questioning our own decisions a little bit. Did I do the right thing? And maybe a little bit of this is okay. Maybe we do kind of want to have that little voice of conscience inside that says, was that the right thing to do? Was that the right choice? And then let's say we believe that it is and we sleep like a baby at night. Or you're up all night thinking, I made the wrong decision. Why did I do that? I'm such an idiot. No, let's not go down that road. Okay. And, well, of course, we have our Empress energy, the giving and receiving. I think in a lot of ways, we let nature sort of absorb some of our emotions in a way, right? Like do you ever talk to the plants? Do you ever talk to animals? Do you ever just like talk to a tree? It seems absurd, right? But I feel that we have this relationship with nature, and we are nature. We are the Empress. We are the earth, right? And I feel like there is a connection with us and just the ground that we walk on, the air that we breathe. And to me, this feels like everything is electrified. Everything is tingling. Everything is sparkling. Everything is connected, And this is the only major arcana energy here. So I feel like this really is like a mystical experience for you of your relationship with nature. I feel like you love to be outdoors. I feel like outside in the field or by a little creek in the woods, that's your magic place. That's your spiritual power spot, okay? So in the next few days, I really would like for you to go outside and just find a little secluded place in the sunshine on a moss-covered rock in a little clearing in a forest by a little stream or something, something like that. And just sit down and just talk to the air, talk to nature, talk to spirit, whatever. Like literally with words, Maybe you'll come up spontaneously with a poem or something or a song or whatever it turns out to be. It's just you. It's just you. No one's watching. And who cares if they are anyway, right? Because you have this authenticity, right? You don't like to draw attention to yourself, okay? But the Queen of Wands doesn't mind it either. I'm going to be myself. If people are going to look at me, they're going to look at me. I'll connect with the right people. We're not out there being inconsiderate. We don't want to burn bridges. We don't want to be rude. We don't want to hurt people and all that kind of stuff, right? We're trying to build love. We're trying to build a harmonious relationship with the universe. We're trying to have this symbiosis. So if we're mean to other people, it's like we're being mean to ourselves anyway. So because we're all one, right? And so the way I treat my neighbor is the way I feel about myself. So it's not that. But this is basically saying that, hey, if people are put off by my authenticity, that's okay. I'm not doing it on purpose to push people away, though. See, so there's a very fine line. And we have to maybe use our Five of Swords to keep that in check, to make sure that, am I being authentic, or am I being rude and abrasive just to keep people away from me? Okay. So anyway, yeah, we don't necessarily want people looking at us, but it's okay if they do. And we're going to continue to live our life in this authentic way, and the right people will come around. Okay. Okay, now we're going to talk about the path of the serpent. We got another prince, where we got this relationship with our body, right? The builder, the way that we are engaged in physical activity. By the way, the Five of Swords, we don't want this to just become complaining or a constant negative script running in our heads either. We don't want to have a loop of that, like complaining or doubting or questioning or criticism, okay? We can use this to step back and say, did I do the right thing? Yeah. I'm going to sleep like a baby, okay? The goal here is always a mental equilibrium, a peace. This is peace of mind. Remember that. We're trying to maintain our peace of mind, okay? And because that is allowing us then to continue moving forward toward this Empress energy. Now, your builder card, your general energy is this, this Prince of Pentacles. It's our relationship with our body, feeling as if I love myself. It's almost like, it's not that I'm perfect the way I am, but I love myself the way I am. This is a fixed earth energy. There's nothing wrong with anything. Nothing's broken, right? I could do better. I could be stronger, faster. I can be more healthy, but nothing is broken. Okay? And now maybe we're going through some kind of physical illness or an injury. Okay? I had a liver transplant 15 years ago. My body felt like it was broken, right? It really did. And it was. A lot of things didn't work. I had complete organ failure. The only thing that didn't shut down was my heart. So, I'm not trying to say that we just pretend our illnesses don't exist, right? But the idea of self-acceptance, the idea of authenticity. This is my body, and I always want to take care of it. I love it the way it is. I want it to be better. I want it to be healthy. I want it to be strong. But I love it the way it is, right? And we're doing that heart, mind, body. Fixed energies, heart, mind, body. This is also the card of the builder. When you love yourself, right? When you feel good about yourself and you're thinking good thoughts, you're going to start doing good deeds. Thoughts, words, deeds, right? Thoughts, feelings, and deeds. We're going to start, we're going to, it's easy. If you don't like yourself, why would you even do anything nice for yourself, right? Because in the way we treat others, the way we treat ourselves. But if I love myself, if I accept myself and I'm in my authenticity, and I feel and think goodly about myself, my words are all over the place today. If I think and feel goodly about me, then I'm more likely to do positive things in my behaviors, right? Because that's what we have. We have feeling and thinking, or feeling, thinking, and behavior. Okay? The heart, the mind, the body. We're thinking good thoughts, we're feeling good feelings, and we're doing good behaviors. You're more likely to take care of your body when you love it, when you accept it the way it is, And if we have to just say, there's nothing wrong with how I am right now. I accept myself. Okay, well then I'm going to treat myself well, and I'm going to exercise more. I'm going to eat more intentionally. I'm going to try to reduce stress. I'm going to try to live with purpose. I'm going to try to cultivate healthy relationships because I deserve it and I value myself. Okay. The Three of Pentacles. In the environment, in your relationships. You understand how to work. Okay? And I think that you understand productive relationships. You understand what it takes to grow things. Okay, this is the card that's literally called work. It's work and it's works. It's both the verb and the noun. It basically says if you work it, it'll work. Right? If you do the work, you'll get something out of it. Well, understanding that process is different than doing it. We have the fire up here, the confidence to say, okay, I'm going to do the work. Without this becomes just a sort of impotent understanding of something. This becomes just knowledge. I always think of this as the drone. It looks like a little drone with the little fans at the bottom. And if those fans are all spinning at the same speed, right, then something will rise. Something will ascend. Okay? But if we don't have this fire energy, it's like we have this drone, we understand how it's supposed to work, but there's no batteries. Oh, we didn't charge the batteries. It's not going anywhere. Just as if our body, heart, and mind, right, this is the three, our body, heart, and mind, the three, the blood, sweat, and tears, the body, heart, and mind. If any one of those three are not working in harmony with the others, this drone, if one of the fans is not spinning right, the drone, instead of rising up, what's it going to do? It's going to flop over. It's not going anywhere. So we need the battery, but we need the harmony, right? You need your connection with spirit, fire, water, air, and earth, and this connection with spirit. You see? You have the appropriate balance of all of the elements in your life. You are perfectly centered and balanced. Your body, your heart, and your mind are functioning together. The fans are spinning at the equal RPMs, and you got a full battery charge. Okay? And you're aware of your surroundings. You're not going to bump into a tree or hit the power lines. And you have a sense of direction. You know where you want this drone to fly. And of course, the drone is, of course, your effort, your work, your life, right? And I'm not just talking about your job, what you do for money, but I just mean your work, your great work, your life's work, the path of your life, right? The drone is you as a whole organism, okay? So I like that we have the fire, water, air, and earth with spirit. You have a sense of direction. So you've got the fans are all spinning in the right place. We got the battery, and we know where we want to go. We're aware of our surroundings. We know where we want to travel, and we're able to use the controls. We know how to steer left and right and up and down and how, forward and backwards and every way in between. All of those functions, all of these skills or talents or functions are necessary for you to continue moving forward. Yeah, this is really amazing. This is nice. The obstacle is the Four of Pentacles. Kind of sometimes we have the drone, and we know the fans are all working right. The fans are spinning appropriately. It's got power. I know how to use the controls. I see the world around me. I know the obstacles. I know the environment. I know where I want it to go, and I know how to use the buttons. But I don't want to take it anywhere. I'm just going to put it back in the box and put it back in my room under the bed. I just bought a brand new car. I don't want to drive it anywhere. So sometimes this is just the reluctance to leave home. Like we have all these perfect things, but then what's stopping us? We're afraid to scratch it. We're afraid that the drone is going to get dirty or something, right? So you've got your body, your heart, your mind are all vibrating at the same rate. You've got your power source, your confidence. You're aware of your relationship with the world and spirit. You have your discernment and your ability to question yourself and analyze your choices. You know how to make choices. All we got to do is be willing to go and get dirty, to be willing to step outside of the box, step outside the house and do it, and do this life, So the only fear here is just letting go of the comfortable and familiar where we have been. And this I think is what you're doing. And you've got these four elements, right? You've got the fire, water, air, and earth ruled by spirit. And this card is literally saying, like, you've got everything you need. You're perfect. Your elements are perfectly balanced. It's time to get going. So the body and the heart now just need a little push, right? We have to turn these fours into fives. Anytime we get a four, it's obvious we need a five. Your body and your heart are ready to go, right? That you're fine. You're good. Okay? You can do this now. We don't have to wait for a better day. We don't have to wait till we feel better. We don't have to wait till I've lost a little bit of weight, then I can go to the gym, We don't have to wait. We are in our authentic self-acceptance, self-love, this belief in ourself. This is self-love. This is a belief in ourself. This is a belief in our capabilities. And this is our energy. We have it. Let's go. Let's do it. I want this to be an ace. Yeah. I want that to be an ace, the mystery card. Ace of any of the aces. It doesn't even matter. What else could it be, do you think? Maybe the magician. The magician is the one that can take all of those four elements and can squeeze them together and create something, right? So it might be the magician. Kind of know who we are, and now we know where we want to go. We just got to get going. Maybe this will be the Fool, or an ace, or a magician. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see. Three of Swords. Yeah, it is the fear. It is the fear. The Three of Pentacles, right, and the Three of Swords. It is. We have to recognize what has been keeping us back. I don't think it is anymore, because I feel that your authenticity is activated. Right? I feel like this is a memory of the past. Again, remember we talked about the Queen of Wands that's saying, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to hide myself away. I'm not going to turn down my power. I'm not going to turn down my light. Okay? We're not just a people pleaser. We're not. But see, that's what's preventing us from moving forward, is that sort of that complex. This is one of those complexes that we talked about. Okay? And this is the way our past will come and haunt us in the future and prevent us from getting started. It's kind of like, I've got everything here. Everything's working. Everything's plugged in, right? Everything's turned on. The batteries are working. Like, everything should be perfect. Why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? And we have to, with this card, I think we have to step forward through the fear. That's it. That's the only thing stopping us is just that. And it's not even a fear of anything in particular. This is a memory of something from long ago that's just, making us a little bit apprehensive to go out into the world and activate all of this energy. And maybe it's a fear of, getting our heart broken or whatever it is. But I feel like this is probably from a past event or situation or a history of people pleasing, of even a subservience in a way. Okay. Something from our history that made us feel like we are not supposed to. Maybe this is something that from our past that told us we were broken. Okay? And now it's just a matter of realizing this, seeing this. The way we get this whole thing in motion is to look this thing in the face and realize that, yeah, you told me I was broken. I'm not broken. And it's kind of like we're rebelling against this. Very interesting confirmation card. I think it confirms the origin and why this is also necessary right now. Okay, but we have to, for each of us, we have to look at what this is, face it, and walk through it, and not let it hold us back anymore. Okay, very, very important work here. We're going to do an extended reading as well. We'll do an I Ching hexagram. We'll do some oracle cards. There's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Cancer Tuesdays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you want to watch the extended readings on the website, go to doveandserpenttarot.com. You can also join the Patreon. Okay, you can see the extended readings over there. Check out my wife's channel, Ula Tea Leaf Readings, here on YouTube. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.